Hi my beauty, welcome to Midday Motivation. I am Hope Knowles and I am here to get you motivated. Faith is one of those words that we hear a lot, but it's not always clearly defined. Today I want to help you understand what is faith in God. So if you want to get a better understanding of what faith in God is, stay tuned. So in order to begin understanding what faith in God is, we must first define faith. And so to do that, we're going to go to Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. And I'm going to read from the King James Bible today. It says, "Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen." Okay, Hope, what does that mean? I know that's probably what you're thinking, because when I read it, that's what I was thinking. Okay, like, great, what does that mean? So I'm going to break it down for you. I got you. I told you. My goal is to help you to get understanding. So, to help you get understanding, I'm going to bring it down and break it down on a practical level for you. So think about your heart. If I ask you if you had a heart beating in your chest, we're all going to say yes. We have a heart. It beats in our chest. None of us have ever seen our heart. So it's something that we cannot physically see, but we believe it's there. And while we don't even think about it 99% of the time, we are confident and in expectation that it's going to work. Breathing is subconscious. Your heart beating is subconscious. So it's not something that we have to put thought into, but we have so much faith in it that we just know that we know it's going to continue to work. It's not something that we even think about. That is what our faith in God should look like, because God is unseen. None of us have ever seen God. We've never seen Jesus, but yet in order to be saved and receive the gift of salvation, we have to believe in them both. So the same way that we've never physically seen our heart, but we believe that it's beating, God wants us to have that same level of faith in Him. Now I know you're probably thinking, but I can feel my heartbeat. Yeah, you can. But you can also feel the presence of God. And I can promise you, you've probably felt the presence of God before. Even if you don't realize what it was, you felt His presence because you're His child and He loves you. It is not His will that any of us should perish. He wants all of us to spend eternity in heaven with Him. So He's there. If you've ever felt like a warm feeling for no reason, or just a sense of peace or a sense of love, just that no reason feeling, meaning nothing happened, nobody said anything to you, it's just like, that is the presence of God. It's something I can't explain, but you know what I'm talking about. We've all had those feelings. The same way you've had like an unsure feeling before, you've had that feeling of peace, that feeling of love, and that is you feeling God's presence. That's no different than feeling your heartbeat inside your chest. You just may not have known it was God, but yeah, it was Him. And the cool part about it is, the closer that you get with Him, the more you invest in your relationship with Him, the more and more you'll be able to feel that presence on you at all times. Now I want to talk about blind faith, because that's one of those terminologies that you hear a lot. And it takes blind faith to do that. And when I hear it, it's like, when you think about it, if you're looking at Hebrews 11:1, then all faith is blind, because it's the evidence of things not seen. So if you haven't seen it, then it's blind. So I don't want you to feel like, if you make that statement, oh, I gotta have blind faith. All faith is blind. You've never seen God. You've never seen Jesus. But if you are a born again believer, then you got faith in Him the same way you got that faith in your heartbeat. So all faith in God is blind, because you're believing in something that you haven't seen. So I started removing that terminology, removing that word from my word bank, because it's just like, it's all blind. It makes it seem like on one level you have this faith in God where you can see, and then on the other level you have a faith in God where you can't. Yeah, you may have physically tangible things that come in your life that you can see and you can say, oh, that came from God. But in terms of seeing Him, it is all the evidence of the unseen. Like, you have got to believe in your shanana. Also, maybe on another end of the spectrum and feel like, okay, but I don't even know how to have faith. I don't have faith. I don't believe in nothing. Well, I'm here to tell you, you do. And it's not just your heartbeat. You exercise faith every single solitary day. You heard me. You exercise faith every day and you don't even realize it. And I'm not necessarily talking about faith in God, but just faith in the things that you do on a daily basis. When you go to have a seat, you're not going to inspect the chair most of the time to see if you think it's secure enough to hold you. You just have a seat. That's faith. If you walk into a dark room, you flip the light switch. You're not sitting there like, I wonder, is the light going to come on? Most of the time you just flip it and you expect it to come on because it does. That's faith. And then when you pick up your cell phone, if you want to go to social media or Google something, you're not picking up your phone like, I wonder, is it going to work? No, you just pick it up. You're in expectation that it's going to work. Another example of faith. So we use faith daily in our day-to-day tasks. And we have an expectant faith. Like, we don't even think about it. You're not flipping that light switch on saying, I hope the lights come on. Unless you haven't paid your power bill. And if you're in that situation, I am praying for you because I've been there and I thank God for delivery. But I'm here to tell you, keep trusting, keep believing God if you're in a difficult financial situation right now, because he will bring me through. And that's just a sidebar. I felt like somebody needed to hear it. So I just need to let you know, don't be lost. And at the end of this video, I'm also going to have a card that'll help you and give you more background in my story. Like when I was struggling financially and got evicted, sheriff thrown all my stuff out on the streets. So been there, done that. But now let's get back on topic about the turning the lights on. So you're just in expectation that it's going to happen. So you're exercising faith on a daily basis. So you have the ability to do it. That's the good part about it. Now I know you're saying I'm talking about physical things, and yes, it is a little bit easier when you're having faith in something physical, but it doesn't mean you can't still have that faith in the unseen the way that God wants us to in having faith with him. It just takes work. I like to look at faith as a muscle, and the same way you have muscles in your body, and if you work them and you use them, they get stronger. That's how your faith is going to be. If you work it and you use it, it's going to get stronger. But the same way with your muscles, if you're working out, hitting the gym every day, then you don't go for 6 months, you're going to start getting flabby. Same thing happens with your faith. If you in it with God and you studying your word and you praying and you doing all of this, and then you just fall back and don't do nothing for a while, your faith is going to start going down. And then when you get hit with an obstacle, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, you're not going to have the tools that you once had to assist you in dealing with it because your faith has decreased. But just like with your muscle, if you gain those 10 pounds around Thanksgiving and you start working hard and eating right and doing the things that you need to do, you can get them off again. Same thing with faith. If you're not where you used to be in your faith, you can get back there. You can surpass where you used to be. If you don't have a level of faith or you feel like you don't have anything, start. You can get there. I promise you. And it's just going to grow stronger and bigger and better over time. And it's something that we have to consistently keep working on. It's not one of those things where you can just be like, okay, I'm 100% faith, I'm done, no other work needed. No, that is not the way it works. Remember, it's like a muscle. You have to consistently, continually use it, because if you don't use it, you will lose it. So I know you're like, Hope, why are you harping on this so much? Why is it so important? Okay, first off, you cannot receive salvation without having faith. We already told you that. You got to confess with your mouth and believe in your heart. And belief is another word of faith. Then, if you go down in Hebrews chapter 11 and go on to verse 6, it says, it is impossible to please God without faith. So that means you cannot please God at all without faith. So you can be obeying all the laws, all the commandments, doing everything in church every Sunday, Wednesday, Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, whatever day of the week it is, getting up, doing everything that quote unquote looks right on paper. But if you don't have faith, it is impossible. It is impossible to please God. You just can't do it. Now, if you say, I want to continue to work on my faith, I want to get it stronger, I want to do better, I want to build my relationship with God, well, I'm here to tell you, you are in the right place. You are in the right place, the right time, the right space. So if you haven't already hit subscribe, then go ahead and do that right now. And while you at it, click the bell so you can get the notifications whenever I post a new video. And if you're already a loyal subscriber, I thank you. I appreciate you more than you ever know. I love it when you guys leave comments. Give me thumbs up when the video helps you. Your feedback is so imperative to me. I am committed to helping you walk in your purpose, with purpose, on purpose. But I need your participation. I need your feedback. I need to know what you want to see. If there's something that you're struggling with, a particular area, you want me to do a video on it, post it in the comments. I got you. Let me know. But I am here for you. I love you so much. I want you to have a great day on purpose. I am Hope Knowles, and I am here to get you motivated.